Disasters happen whether you prepare for them or not. Now is the time to make a plan for the worst case scenario. In this video, I'm going to outline 5 things you can do to keep your family fed when food supplies go dry. So the first thing you can do is start stockpiling some food. So in front of me here, I have some dry goods, some rice, some oats, some other canned goods. This is a good place to start. Whenever you go to the store, just pick up a couple extra items each week until you build up enough to have a couple months supply on hand just in case anything goes south. So in addition to the items that I have here, I also keep quite a bit of meat in the freezer. Whenever I go hunting, I have a lot of burger and sausage that I keep in bags in the freezer. And then whenever I purchase any other meat, I'll usually buy a quarter or a half animal. I'll vacuum seal that to make sure it lasts as long as possible. All right. So the second thing you want to do is find a source of clean water. If you live in a rural area, this can be pretty easy to do. I've got water right behind me, but if you live in the city or live in the suburbs, it could be a little bit more difficult. So you might have to look at doing some things like collecting rainwater, storing up bottled water. There's some other solutions as well. Those are more of short-term solutions, so you definitely want to think long-term, but just be resourceful for the situation that you're in. The next thing you can do is start growing your own food. It's healthier and more sustainable. In this garden right here, I plan to grow all the vegetables that my family consumes for an entire year. So don't waste your time becoming an expert growing things that you're not going to eat. Plant the staples, plant the things you use on a regular basis. My family, we eat a lot of potatoes, onions, green bell peppers, tomatoes, so I'm going to be focusing on those vegetables right there. Growing your own food is super important, but it's also important to learn how to preserve your food. In front of me here, I have a bunch of canning supplies, so all of the vegetables that I grow throughout the season, whatever I don't use fresh, I'll end up preserving in these jars. That way I can eat them year round. A lot of the meat that I get throughout the season as well, I'll either dehydrate and make into jerky, or I'll put them in these freezer bags here and vacuum seal them, and that'll make the food last a lot longer. Hunting and harvesting wild game is super important to provide food long term. Not only is hunting important to providing food, it's also very rewarding doing, because you're providing your own meat for your family and you're getting it from an ethical source. You can stay away from factory farming when you know that you got your meat from the woods in an ethical way. If you've never hunted before, I know it can be overwhelming, especially with all the information you can get out there. There are plenty of resources online that can teach you how to hunt, where to hunt, how to be safe, and how to process your meat. Remember to follow Highview Preparedness for more in-depth tutorials on topics just like this. Thank you guys for watching. Expect the unexpected.